richest land on earth is the cemetery. Don't make a deposit there. Hear me. Under manicured lawns and marble stones lie books never written, songs never sung, vaccines never discovered, companies never started, sermons never preached, paintings never seen, systems never built. The grave is a silent bank that receives daily deposits of potential from people who postponed obedience, not you. Write this down. Regret is heavier than discipline. Tweet it to somebody right now. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Everybody say, I will not die full. Say it again with authority. I will not die full. The wisest man said, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Psalm 90:12. Why? Pride, process, spatters. Because days are the currency of destiny. James writes, what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. James 4:14. Make a note of this. You don't have time to waste time. Ecclesiastes 9:10 declares, and read it with me out loud, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. For there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. The cemetery doesn't need another deposit from you. I came to provoke you lovingly. Your life is too valuable to enrich the grave. You are not a job description. I didn't ask you what you do. Who are you? There is a treasure hiding in your clay body. Scripture calls it this treasure in earthen vessels. 2 Corinthians 4:7. Write this down. People are not looking for you. They're looking for what you are carrying. If you don't manifest what you are carrying, the world will ignore you and the grave will collect you full. So here's the question we must confront before another hour evaporates. How do I ensure I finish my life's assignment before time runs out? Not later now, not someday this day. Heaven is asking you the same question it asked a prophet. What do you see? I see a generation loaded but undelivered. I see you pregnant but overdue. I see you alive but dormant, but not for long. By the authority of the King, I announce a shift. Make a note of this promise. In this journey, I will give you 7 kingdom laws, 7 designed to move you from loaded to delivered, from potential to product, from intention to impact. These laws are not suggestions, they are systems. Law means predictable outcome. If you align with these laws, your manifestation is inevitable. If you violate them, frustration is guaranteed. Everyone write this down. Alignment precedes achievement. We will begin at the source, because nothing created can define itself. Then we will choose the right environment, because seed requires a garden. We will prove that gifts serve, not consume, because trees never eat their own fruit. We will schedule greatness, because we decide our habits and our habits decide our future. We will practice refusal, because focus demands saying no. We will honor pressure, because contraction precedes delivery. And we will proclaim an account, because what you confess, codify, and measure, you complete. But before the laws, we must make a covenant. Decide today. Deuteronomy 30:19 speaks to us. I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life. Choose it. Choose to live empty, poured out, not full. Choose to protect your days from distraction. Choose to value your gift enough to discipline your body, your mind, your schedule. Write this down. Procrastination is the grave's recruiter. Fire it today. Everybody say it again like a verdict. I will not die full. Put your hand on your chest and declare, I refuse a cemetery deposit. I choose to finish. And by the end of this, with these 7 laws, you will not just be inspired, you will be instructed, deployed, and dangerous to the grave. Now, lean in. Our focus in this moment is self-manifestation. What are you carrying? Write this down. People are not looking for you. They are looking for what you are carrying. That is why a crowd can pass you by and not see you. But the day your gift shows up, they will stop, turn, and make room. Can you read with me out loud the constitution of this revelation? 2 Corinthians 4:7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellence of the power may be of God and not of us. Everybody say treasure. God hid something expensive inside something ordinary. He put glory in clay. The world is not attracted to the vessel. It is drawn to the treasure. Let me confront you with love. I didn't ask you what you do. Who are you? Make a note of this. Roles are temporary. Essence is eternal. Practice this with me right now. Put your hand on your chest and say, I am wisdom for confusion. I am order for chaos. I am healing for broken places. I am music, not just a singer. I am justice, not just a lawyer. I am strategy, not just a manager. Jesus modeled it with I am. He never answered with a job description. He answered with essence. Let's define terms so you can stop apologizing for what you carry. A gift is the inherent capacity to fulfill a function that meets a need with ease. Write that down. Inherent means you came with it. Capacity means it can grow. Function means it solves something specific. Needs determine your relevance. Ease means it looks natural to you while amazing to others. A fish is never exhausted by swimming. A bird doesn't attend flight school. When you operate in your gift, you feel at home and others feel helped. Let me give you a picture. I met a young woman wearing a coffee shop apron. The badge said barista, but her eye said architect. On a napkin, she sketched systems that could save her company millions. Her manager saw foam art. Heaven saw a strategist. Listen, uniforms are often camouflage. Employers rent your time. The world is waiting for your treasure. Write this down. If you don't manifest, the world will ignore you. So your mandate is clear. Stop hiding behind titles and start delivering fruit. Don't market your resume. Reveal your results. Announce your essence in everything you do. People are not looking for you. They are looking for what you are carrying. By the authority of the King, I declare your treasure is coming out of the clay. You will not die full. You will manifest in your generation. Start today and refuse quiet potential. Lean closer. That ache you keep feeling is not madness. It is mandate. It is holy pressure pushing your gift out to serve the world. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, He has set eternity in their hearts. Eternity counts in your chest. Romans 8:19 declares, For the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of God. That is the world waiting on what you are carrying. Let me name the H's 8 voices. Make a note of this. Every human carries 8 core needs: purpose, value, significance, importance, meaning, fulfillment, power, and success. Say them out loud. Purpose, value, significance, importance, meaning, fulfillment, power, success. Purpose asks, why am I here? Value says, I must matter. Significance whispers, I want to be necessary. Importance insists, I should be counted. Meaning interprets suffering. Fulfillment seeks the joy of doing what fits. Power is the ability to influence outcomes, not control people. Control your life. Success is predictable progress. When these needs go unmet, they ache. When they ache, they are announcing that your gift is underemployed. Write this: unexpressed gifts create pain. Psalm 42:1 puts language to it. As the deer pants for the water brooks, so pants my soul for you, O God. Jeremiah confessed, His word was in my heart like a burning fire shut up in my bones. Jeremiah 20:9. That burn is your blueprint begging for daylight. Now here a loving provocation. You will never change what you tolerate. Don't tolerate a life that ignores your gift. Stop numbing that signal with entertainment and busyness. If the light on your dashboard flickers, you don't smash the bulb, you service the engine. Pain is information. The ache is instruction. It is heaven's alarm that potential is being suffocated by compliance. Some of you are considering retirement. Retired means you got tired twice. Don't retire your gift. The scripture says, they shall still bear fruit in old age. They shall be fresh and flourishing. Psalm 92:14. Fruit does not retire. Trees keep serving as long as roots touch water. Stay planted by your source and keep delivering fruit. How do you translate ache into action? Start by honoring it. Journal where you feel alive and where you feel drained. Note whose pain you notice first. That is your assignment's address. Envy is a clue. You covet what you carry. Frustration is fertilizer. Use it to grow. Write this. Discontent is the seed of change. Channel it into motion. Put your hand on your chest and declare, I refuse to ignore my gift. I align with my source. I submit my ache to purpose. Ephesians 2:10. We are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works. Your ache is the bell ringing for class. Class is in session. Let's go to work. Now let me pull back the curtain on the mystery of your assignment. Write this down. God never begins with a finished treat. He hides forests in seeds. Genesis 1:11, 1:2 says, then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself. Make a note of this. Your future is not ahead of you. It is trapped inside you. You are not waiting on destiny. Destiny is waiting on your decision to plant what you carry. Don't die full of seed. Seeds don't impress graves. They impress gardens. Follow the chain. The gift of the seed is the tree. The gift of the tree is its fruit. The gift of the fruit is its seed again. The gift of the leaves is oxygen. And the gift of oxygen is life for everything around it. Write this down. Your gift is oxygen for somebody's suffocation. Somebody is gasping because you won't leaf out. Trees never eat their own fruit. Your gift is not for you. Your fulfillment is in the serving, but the fruit is for others. That's why hoarding talent feels like suffocation. You were designed to breed out benefit. Let's read our economic constitution together. Proverbs 18:16, read it out loud. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great kings. Not a resume, your gift. Not favoritism, your gift. Not manipulation, your gift. Write this down. Your gift is the source of your value. Money follows service. Value is measured by the problem you solve with excellence and consistency. When your mango is sweet, even enemies will stand under your shade and pay for baskets. Stop chasing rooms. Grow fruit and rooms will chase you. Let me illustrate. A young nurse in a chaotic ER walks in like a thermostat, not a thermometer. Her calm orders turn panic into protocol, pain into plan. That atmosphere changes oxygen. A coder writes clean logic that rescues a business from collapsed oxygen. A mother organizes a neighborhood's after-school program, pulling sons off the street oxygen. You think it's small because it's easy to you. It's easy because it's your seed. Ease is evidence. Write it down. What is effortless to me is often priceless to others. So hear the charge. Plant what you carry. Seeds demand soil, seasons, and stewardship. If you hide the seed, you deny the world its oxygen and you starve your own joy. Don't die full. Sow today in the garden of service. Prune distraction, water discipline, expose yourself to the light of your source and let fruit appear. Put your hand on your chest and declare, I am a planted answer. My gift will breathe life. I will finish empty, not buried full. We have named the seed. Now hear the soil secret. Nothing created decides its function. Its source does. Write this down. Source determines function. Fish don't hold conferences to learn swimming. Water dictates their behavior. Birds do not negotiate flight. Air interprets their wings. Trees never attend a seminar on photosynthesis. Light and soil instruct them. And you fashion from God's breath malfunction when you disconnect from the breath. Genesis 2:7 says, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Your design requires its designer. Everybody say, I stay connected to my source. Let's anchor this in the King's words. Read it with me loud. John 15:5. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit, for without me you can do nothing. Nothing means nothing of eternal value. Activity is not productivity. Busyness is not fruitfulness. Right disalignment precedes achievement. Abiding precedes abundance. A branch can look green after it's cut, but dying with momentum. That is the deception of people who disconnect. Talent can mask decay. Practice this law. Schedule presence before performance. Mark 1:35 records Jesus rising a long while before daylight to pray. The Son modeled dependence. What about us? Design your day so the word frames your mind. Prayer warms heart and listening orders your steps. Give God the first meeting, not the leftover minutes. God an appointment with your source like your salary depends on it because your assignment does. Write this. Disconnection breeds distortion. Alignment breeds assignment. When channels are clear, instructions arrive on time. Consider your devices. A phone on 1% still turns on, but you won't risk a critical call. A blender spins strong only if the cord is in the socket. Vision without voltage is vanity. Many are burned out, not because the work is heavy, but because they are unplugged. Ambition without abiding is exhaustion. Pressure without presence is panic. Abide and pressure becomes propulsion. Jeremiah 17:7-8 paints it. The blessed one is like a tree planted by the waters, will not be anxious in the year of drought. So make a covenant for the next 90 days and the rest of your life. Set an alarm. 15 minutes in scripture, 15 in prayer, 15 in silence to listen and write. Speak in tongues, weep if you must, but don't miss the meeting. Refuse conversation before consecration, screams before scripture, tasks before the throne. Acts 17:28 declares, in him we live and move and have our being. Put your hand on your chest and confess, I will not perform disconnected. I will abide and I will bear much fruit today. Law number 2, seed requires environment. Choose your garden. Write this down. Environment is more powerful than intention. A seed on a windowsill is sincere, but sincerity doesn't make soil. Your gift cannot germinate in concrete. Psalm 1 says, blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Psalm 1-1-3, planted, not potted. Some of you are potted, portable, but rootless. Everybody say garden. Your gift flourishes where it is expected, protected, and stretched. Expected means they look for your fruit. Protected means they guard your roots from criticism that kills saplings. Stretch means they prune you so you can carry more. Write this. If your circle does not challenge you, it is a cage. The scripture is blunt. Do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good habits. 1 Corinthians 15:33. And Proverbs 13:20, read it. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will be destroyed. Fools are not stupid. They are people who make you comfortable in compromise. Audit time. Make a note of this. People, places, platforms. Who gets your ears? Where do your feet go? What fills your eyes? You cannot plant a mango in a freezer and pray in tongues for harvest. You cannot study destiny with cynical friends and expect faith. Some rooms tolerate you. Find rooms that demand you. Some leaders use you. Find mentors who grow you. Some platforms sedate you. Choose streams that stretch you. Write it down. Proximity is a prophecy. Your future sounds like the voices you allow near your roots. Action step. If you cannot change your address, relocate your time. Move your chair before you move your house. Spend your lunch in a library, not a lounge. Swap 1 hour scrolling for 1 hour shopping. Unfollow what drains you. Subscribe to what disciplines you. Join a community where excellence is normal. Volunteer your gift where feedback is fierce and love is real. Sit in rooms where you are the least informed so you can become the most transformed. For the next 90 days, schedule 2 weekly appointments, one with a mentor who corrects you, one with a community that expects deliverables. Put it in the calendar. What you don't schedule, you will excuse. Let me prophesy. As you choose your garden, your roots will find water, your leaves will not wither, and your fruit will arrive in its season. Put your hand on your chest and confess. I choose the garden that grows my greatness. I refuse concrete. I will be planted, protected, and stretched, and my gift will flourish for the King. Law number 3, lean in, gifts, serve, not consume. Write this down. Don't pursue money, discover your value. Money pursues value. Everybody say value. Money is a certificate of appreciation issued for solving a problem. If you chase money, you will run past your assignment. If you discover and deliver value, money will chase you to sustain your assignment. Read with me our marketplace constitution, Proverbs 18:16. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great kings. Not his hustle, his gift. Not his selfie, his service. Your gift is your visa into rooms of influence, kings, finance, what serves them. Let me make this plain. People do not pay trees, they pay for fruit. Write that down. The dentist is not your friend. You don't visit for fellowship. You arrive with pain, you leave with relief, and you pay with gratitude. Why? He converted skill into service that remove your problem. A surgeon cuts you and you write a bigger check. You don't pay for kindness, you pay for competence. 30 minutes under the light can cost more than 30 months at a desk because precision at point of pain is premium. A musician fills a stadium. You don't buy a ticket to like them, you buy a ticket to access what they carry. Their gift serves your soul with sound, and you value the service with currency. Write this: people are not loyal to you, they are loyal to the problem you solve for them with excellence. Jesus modeled this law. Read Mark 10:45. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many. Service creates influence. 1 Peter 4:10 adds, as each one has received a gift, minister it to one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. Your gift is a ministry, not a mirror. It exists to meet needs, not inflate ego. Trees don't eat their fruit, they deliver it. And notice, when fruit is consistent and sweet, kings send gardeners and guards. Make a note of this: when your gift serves faithfully, they will finance your maintenance to secure continued service. Now practice this law. Write this question: what specific problem does my gift solve, for whom, where, and how well? Don't answer with poetry, answer with precision. I reduced small business shipping errors by 80% in 30 days. I moved teams from confusion to executable strategy in 6 hours. I turned classroom chaos into culture in 1 semester. Excellence is specific. Define your fruit in outcome language, not activity language. Measure impact, not applause. Applause is noise. Outcomes are evidence. Track pain removed, time saved, errors reduced, revenue increased, hope restored. Testimonies are fruit reports, not vanity metrics. Structure your service. Package your gift into repeatable offerings with clear promises and clear prices. Write this: serve more, charge appropriately, they will fund your maintenance. Undercharge and you disrespect your stewardship. Overpromise and you destroy your reputation. Excellence justifies invoices. Remember Joseph. He didn't beg Pharaoh for a job. He solved a national logistics crisis, and the throne financed the plan. Daniel interpreted problems kings could not decode, and policy changed to keep him in the room. Your gift is your proposal. Your results are your resume. Action steps. Write these 4 lines and fill them this week. 1, problem I solve. People I serve. Process I use. 4, proof I can show. Then set standards, response time, quality, benchmarks, follow-up cadence. Ask for feedback. Refine relentlessly. Do you see a man who excels in his work? He will stand before kings. Proverbs 22:29. Excellence is evangelism in the marketplace. Put your hand on your chest and confess: my gift serves. I pursue value, not money. I measure impact, not applause. Kings will make room for me because I solve problems with excellence. I will not die full. I will pour out fruit until the king is satisfied. Law number 4, habits create futures. Write this down. Men do not decide their future. We decide our habits, and our habits decide our future. Your future is hiding inside your daily routine. Discipline is destiny. Jesus had customs. Read it, Luke 4:16. As his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day. Daniel had customs. Daniel 6:10. He knelt down on his knees 3 times that day, as was his custom since early days. Customs become currents that carry you where intentions cannot. Activity is a moment. Habit is a river. Make a note: desire without discipline is a decorated wish. Write this: excellence is a habit, not an event. Now design a gift-centric schedule. Daily, 4 lanes: study, practice, production, recovery. Study is sharpening your axe. Read, research, observe masters in your domain. Practice is drilling your mechanics reps that no one sees, that build what everyone feels. Production is shipping fruit. Deliver something measurable every day. A page written, a client served, a prototype advanced, a call completed. Recovery is stewardship, sleep, movement, prayer, and reflection to protect your instrument. Assign blocks. 2 deep work windows for study and production. 1 block for practice, 1 for recovery. Put them on the calendar. If it is not scheduled, it is not serious. Weekly rhythms. Review and refine. Set one meeting with your source for extended alignment, one with your metrics for honest accounting, one with a mentor for correction, and one Sabbath block to cease, delight, and listen. Proverbs 66:8, go to the ant, she provides her supplies in the summer. Ant's plan. Monthly, ship a public deliverable, publish an article, teach a workshop, launch a service iteration, submit a proposal. Fruit must show up on the calendar, not just in your head. Everybody say, I schedule what I say I value. Block distractions ruthlessly. Time thieves kill destiny softly. Put your phone under your purpose, physically out of reach during deep work. Notifications off. Social feeds quarantine to a set window after production is complete. Your brain is not a hallway for every knock. Proverbs 25:28. Whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down without walls. Build walls. Craft a no list. Good things you will not do because they dilute the great. 1 Corinthians 9:27. I discipline my body and bring it into subjection. Discipline is not punishment, it is protection. Prepare your tomorrow tonight. Lay out tools. Prioritize your top 3. Pre-decide your start time. Guard a non-negotiable bedtime. Greatness wakes when gossip sleeps. Pack meals to protect focus. Walk before screens. Schedule interruptions. Don't let interruptions schedule you. Rest is part of excellence. Sabbath is strategy. Ephesians 5:15-16 says, walk circumspectly, redeeming the time. Put your hand on your chest and confess, I schedule what I say I value. I am a custodian of my minutes. My habits are escorting me to my assignment. I will not die full. Discipline is my destiny. Law 5, focus demands refusal. Everybody say focus. Write this down. Job and work are not the same. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. You can be fired from a job, but you can never be fired from your work. Make a note of this. The greatest curse is employment without deployment. Many are faithfully employed and tragically undeployed, busy, paid, insured, but misaligned. Jesus said in John 9:4, I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. He did not say Job. He said work, assignment language, urgency language. Write this. Focus is expensive. Pay in advance with refusal. Diffuse light warms a room. Focus light cuts steel. A river that overflows becomes a flood, but when channeled, it turns turbines and lights a city. Your energy is powerful only when directed. Proverbs 4:25-27 says, let your eyes look straight ahead, ponder the path of your feet, do not turn to the right or the left. Focus is a path, not a feeling. To choose that path, you must say strategic no's. Nehemiah answered distractions with this line. Read it with me. I am doing a great work so that I cannot come down. Nehemiah 6:3. Can you feel it? That is the sound of destiny saying no. Practice this law. Before you say yes to anything, ask 3 questions. Does this advance my assignment? Does it leverage my primary gift? Does it multiply fruit for the people I am called to serve? If any answer is no, your answer is no for now. Say no to meetings without an agenda, platforms that feed ego but starve purpose, promotions that increase salary while decreasing assignment, friendships that applaud distraction, and hobbies that steal prime energy from your work. Write it down. Prune good to protect great. Every branch that bears fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. John 15:2. Pruning is holy refusal. Now, here a liberating strategy. Treat employment as a sponsor, not a master. Employment should finance your deployment. Align your job tasks, hours, and education benefits to build your work. Take courses that sharpen your gift. Negotiate projects that prove your value. Decline committees that dilute your focus, and steward savings to underwrite your next deliverable. Colossians 3:23 guides the posture. Whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord, but direct the harvest toward your assignment. Put your hand on your chest and confess, I am deployed in purpose. Employment serves my deployment. I refuse dilution. I align every task to my life's work. I am doing a great work. I cannot come down. I will not die full. I will finish my assignment by the power of focus. Law 6, pressure produces manifestation. Everybody say press. Write this down. Properly interpreted, pressure accelerates, not aborts your manifestation. Read with me 2 Corinthians 4:7-9. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellence of the power may be of God and not of us. We are hard pressed on every side, yet not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not forsaken, struck down, but not destroyed. Make a note, pressure reveals what treasure hides. Clay cracks under heat and glory leaks out. Ovens do not kill dough. Ovens make bread. Grapes do not give wine until they are pressed. Olives with swagger remain fruit until they yield to the crush. Then they become oil that lights lamps and heals wounds. Write this, your pressure is permission for transformation. When life tightens, heaven is extracting essence. Say it out loud. My pressure is producing my presentation. Now hear me as a father. You will never become what you could be until you become angry with what you are. Holy discontent is fuel. Anger at mediocrity births mastery. Discontent is the seed of change. Write that down. Pressure forces choices. Compromise or character. Excuses or excellence. Retreat or reveal. The press exposes impurities you could not see in comfort. Gold talks big in the showcase. It proves pure in the fire. Write this. Pain is a midwife to purpose. Don't waste it. Don't medicate your midwife. Ask your pain for instructions. What is this pressure trying to produce? Clarity, humility, skill, compassion, systems, capacity. Pressure introduces you to your limits so you can meet your source. Paul said we were burdened beyond measure, that we should not trust in ourselves but in God who raises the dead. 2 Corinthians 1:8-9. Pressure relocates trust. Practice this law. Reframe the squeeze. Instead of why me, ask what for. Turn complaint into curriculum. Journal the lesson. What broke? Why did it break? How will I build it stronger? Convert tears into templates. If betrayal hits you, document the boundaries it taught. If finances pressed you, build a budget and a second stream anchored in your gift. If criticism stung you, extract the seed of truth, ignore the poison, and improve your process. Write this. Turn wounds into wisdom and scars into standards. Schedule pressure on purpose. Excellence requires self-imposed strain. Add weight to your bar, tighter deadlines, harder reps, real feedback. Submit your work to rooms that won't flatter you. Ask for audits, not applause. Pressure-proof your habits. Pray when you least feel like it. Practice when applause is absent. Shift when fear is loud. James 1:2-4 says, count it all joy, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Testing produces, lack leaves. Receive this prophetic word. You are hard pressed yet not crushed. Pressure is not your executioner, it is your elevator. The crowd you are called to serve is being prepared by the same press that is preparing you. When you emerge, you won't just have a product, you will have a presence. Put your hand on your chest and confess, my pressure is producing my presentation. I honor the press. I refuse despair. I extract instruction. I will not die full. I will be poured out, refined, strong, and ready. Law 7, proclaim and account. Write this down. What you confess, codify, and measure, you complete. The press has purified you. Now your mouth, your pen, and your people must deliver you. Everybody say proclaim. Say account. The kingdom runs on declarations, documentation, and discipline in community. Start with proclamation. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. We have the same spirit of faith. According to what is written, I believe and therefore I spoke. We also believe and therefore speak. 2 Corinthians 4:13. Faith speaks before it sees. Write this. Your words are steering wheels. Your tongue sets trajectory. So create a confessional culture in your life. Morning and night, declare identity, assignment, and outcome. Say it with me out loud. I will not die until I am manifested. Again, I will not die until I am manifested. Put your hand on your chest and say, I am a planted answer. My gift serves kings. My fruit appears in its season. My schedule obeys my purpose. Tweet it to someone right now. Identity must become public to become permanent. Now codify. Read Habakkuk 2. Write the vision and make it plain on tablets that he may run who reads it. Make a note of this. What is not written drifts. What is not measured lies. What is not scheduled is excused. Luke 14:28 asks, which of you intending to build a tower does not sit down first and count the cost? Builders use blueprints, pilots use flight plans, assignments use documents. Write a one-sentence assignment statement. I exist to serve whom? By doing what so that transformation occurs. Then break it into 3 concrete outcomes for the next quarter: measurable, dated, accountable. Example, publish 6 teachable modules by June 30. Secure 10 client transformations with documented results. Train 2 apprentices to replicate process. Plain means everyone can run with it. Mentors, team, even your critics. Measurement time. Proverbs 27:23 says, be diligent to know the state of your flocks and attend to your herds. Translation, know your numbers. Write this. Feelings are not metrics. What you don't count, you cannot correct. Build a simple weekly dashboard with 3 lines. 1, fruit produced, what tangible output shipped. 2, people served, how many, with what outcome, what testimonies. Lessons learned, what worked, what broke, what will be improved next week. Add 1 more pipeline. Prepared what seeds planted for next week's fruit. Review it every Sabbath Eve. Put it on paper. Eyes need evidence. Accountability seals the deal. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Proverbs 11:14. Ecclesiastes 4:9, 10. 2 are better than 1, for if they fall, one will lift up his companion. Choose 3 supports: a mentor for wisdom and correction, a peer circle for mutual pressure and encouragement, and a beneficiary, someone you serve who tells you the truth about your fruit. Write this. Hidden goals die in private. Holy goals live in accountable community. Schedule a standing weekly 30-minute check-in with your mentor. Present the dashboard. Confess the gap. Receive the instruction with your peers. Set public deadlines, date, time, deliverable, and penalty for non-delivery. James 5:16, confess your trespasses to one another and pray for one another that you may be healed. Confession breaks deception. Prayer powers completion. Practice plan. Tonight, write your assignment sentence and 3 quarterly outcomes on 1 page. Sign it, date it, put it where your eyes must see it at dawn. Create 5 daily declarations. Record them on your phone. Play them while you dress. Example, I am aligned to my source. I serve with excellence. I measure impact. I attract kings by value. I finish what I start. Build your weekly dashboard template. 4 lines, nothing fancy, just honest. Invite a mentor, send a document, and request a recurring slot. Form a triad, peer circle, 3 people, same season, fierce love, 0 flattery. Decide a shared shipping day. If you miss, you pay money to charity or miles on the track. Write this. Pain produces, peers protect, penalties propel. Hear me. The grave receives what we refuse to write, what we refuse to say, and what we refuse to measure. Not you. By the authority of the King, I declare your mouth will align your mind, your pen will capture your purpose, and your circle will carry you to completion. Put your hand on your chest and confess. What I confess, codify, and measure, I complete. I will not die until I am manifested. I will live empty, fully poured out with receipts of service for the glory of the King. Now we move from revelation to regiment. 90 days of holy deployment. Write this down. Short, disciplined sprints transform intention into public service. Psalm 90:12 says, teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Numbering days is wisdom. Wasting days is rebellion. Luke 14:28 asks, who builds a tower without first counting the cost? We will count, we will build, and we will ship. Tweet it now. Don't die full deploy in 90 days. Daily cadence first, because days decide decades. Give God the first hour. 15 minutes in the Word, 15 in prayer, 15 in listening, 15 writing instructions. Proverbs 16:3, commit your works to the Lord and your thoughts will be established. Then proclaim 5 written confessions over your assignment. Then review yesterday's 3 metrics: fruit shipped, people served, lessons learned. If it's not measured, it is myth. Finally, schedule today's 1 non-negotiable deliverable aligned to your gift. 1 day, 1 decision, 1 delivery. Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain, that he may run who reads it. We will run. Week 1 and 2, inventory and definition. Write this: clarity before activity. Proverbs 20:5 says, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Sit with your history and harvest your hints. What problems have people always brought to you? What outcomes recur when you help? List 10 moments you produce relief, results, or revelation for others. Circle the top 2. Now craft 1 service statement. I serve specific people by specific action process, so there's specific transformation with metric. Examples: I serve overwhelmed founders by systemizing operations so they cut chaos by 50% in 30 days. I serve high school teachers by designing culture plans so office referrals drop 60% in a semester. Make it plain, make it measurable, make it you. By day 14, lock 1 problem and 1 promise. Week 3 and 4, choose environment and secure covering. Everybody say garden and mentor. 1 Corinthians 12:7. The manifestation of the Spirit is given to each for the profit of all. Your gift needs a place to profit all. Join or volunteer where your gift is demanded, not merely tolerated. Apply to 2 communities of excellence. Volunteer 1 shift each week in a setting that needs your solution. Submit to feedback. Proverbs 13:20. He who walks with wise men will be wise. Now secure a mentor 3 acts this fortnight. Send your assignment sentence, your service statement, and request a 30-minute weekly correction slot for the next 8 weeks. Agreement on day, time, and expectations. No flattery, only fruit. Weeks 5 through 8, build a habit, stack, and ship relentlessly. Write this: 3 outputs a week or it's not a sprint. Daily, 60-90 minutes of practice on your core mechanics. Weekly, 3 public productions tied to your service articles, workshops, prototypes, client sessions. Luke 4:16, as his custom was, and Daniel 6:10, as was his custom. Since early days, customs create currents. Protect deep work windows. Non-negotiable Sabbath. Dashboard review every 7 days. Proverbs 22:29. Do you see a man who excels in his work? He will stand before kings. Excellence is the habit. Outputs are the evidence. Weeks 9 through 12, serve your first 100 and refine for kings. Proverbs 18:16. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great kings. Your gift will not make room until it makes rounds. Target 100 people served in 4 weeks, 25 per week through micro offers, free clinics, beta sessions, audits, short consults, pilot classes, time-bound, outcome-specific. Collect testimonials and data. Problem solved, time saved, errors reduced, hope restored. John 6:12, gather up the fragments so that nothing is lost. Capture every result. Refine your process. What worked, what broke, what to standardize. Package your offer for kings. 1-page value brief with problem, promise, process, proof, and price. 1 signature presentation. 1 case study with receipts. Adjust pricing to honor stewardship. Create a simple onboarding and follow-up system. By day 84, you possess assets that speak when you are silent. Hear me, this is not theory, this is traction. If you follow this sprint, you will move from hidden intention to visible service. Put your hand on your chest and confess, I number my days, I deploy my gift, I deliver value, I gather proof, I refine for kings. Philippians 1:6 declares, he who has begun a good work in you will complete it. By the authority of the King, I prophesy, in the next 90 days, your feet will find the rooms your fruit has earned. Do not die, full start now. Day 1 begins at dawn. Now lift your eyes from the plan to the promise and read it aloud with me one more time. Proverbs 18:16. A man's gift makes room for him. and brings him before great kings. Not someday as you deliver value today. Envision it. Your gift escorted into rooms you once watched from the lobby. Not for selfies, but for service. Not for titles, but for transformation. Kings are platforms of impact. Classrooms, boardrooms, courthouses, clinics, studios, city councils. Your gift is your visa. Your excellence is your invitation. This is a commissioning. By the authority of the King, I set you apart to live empty, fully poured out, so the cemetery receives nothing from you. Write this. Legacy is service remembered. Start today. Consecrate your gift to the giver now. Romans 12:1, present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable to God, your reasonable service. John 15:5, without me you can do nothing. Alignment precedes achievement. Source determines function. If you have been distant from your source, come home in your heart right now. King Jesus, I return. I surrender my talents, time, and treasure. Use me to serve your world. Say it. Seal it. This is stewardship. Put your right hand on your chest and confess. Say it like a soldier receiving orders. I am loaded. I am aligned. I am deployed. And I will not die full. Again, I am loaded. I am aligned. I am deployed. I will not die full. My days are numbered with wisdom. My habits escort me to purpose. My gift serves with excellence. My fruit appears in its season. Kings will have receipts of my service. Now lift both hands as a sign of receipt. I charge you before God and before witnesses. Finish what you start. Honor the press. Prune for focus. Schedule your greatness. Proclaim an account until completion. Serve the first one, then the 100, then the kings. Leave no fragment uncollected. Guard the Sabbath. Honor mentors. Measure your fruit. Refuse dilution. Magnify the Lord with your mastery. I declare Psalm 138:8 over you. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. I decree you will outlive procrastination, outlast distraction, and outrun intimidation. You are sent. Final call and response before we work. The richest land is the what? The cemetery, and I will not make a deposit there. Say it again. The richest land is the what? The cemetery, and I will not make a deposit there. By the word of the King and the witness of the Spirit, you are commissioned. Go manifest. Go serve. Go finish. The clock is running. Eternity is watching. Grace is sufficient. Do not die full, pour out until empty, and meet the King with hands and receipts.